Well, we had a very interesting day yesterday. Yesterday I was away all weekend. I was in Texas. I was in Galveston. I was in Austin. I was in Houston. We went to the Texas game on Saturday. Hal took me to see K-State, which was coming in hot against the 7-1. Oh, and Jay has joined us right away, which is good for us. And we went to the game Saturday. Texas beat K-State 33-30. We saw his cousin Max was there. His friend Emerson let us stay at his freaking palatial guest house, which was bigger than our apartment in New York City, like a lot bigger, a lot bigger. Let's just put it where it was. So they up 17-0 Texas, 27-7. Then it's tied 27-0 because K-State misses an extra point. K-State missed a field goal. Texas went for fourth. What's his name? The quarterback for Texas. Now they're saying he's going to transfer once Quinn Ewers, or it's going to be Arch Manning's. Malik Murphy, he'll transfer. He missed some long shots, 2 bad interceptions, a red zone. Also, well, actually one in his own side of the field and gave them an easy touchdown. Also, K-State had a fumble, had thrown 5, led to a touchdown. And they end up winning 33-30 in overtime. Hal had said to me, if they lose again, I am banned from coming to games in Texas. I was like, all right, dude, if that's the case, then it. But they won. They lost the first 2 I went to. And then yesterday we were supposed to go see the Bucks Texas. Well, I wanted to see. But Hal plays for Gulf Coast Sugar because Imperial Sugar was started in Galveston, Texas. That's what I think the story is. It is a Sandlot baseball team. Sandlot Revolution. They played a game against the Oil Tex Dogs? I want to get this right because I don't want to mess this up. But they won that game 13-0. And then they had a game against the I'm trying to find the name of the team. Let me see. Oh, there it is. The Texas Oil Dogs. No yards, no leashes, Sandlot Strays, and off the chain since 2021. Lone Star Beer, Nomad Grills, East End Barber, Flintfield, Texas. So they sell stuff. There's a team, Space City Screwballs, and actually, I think one of the guys had a seizure, but he's okay. And we actually, so they had a game. They beat the Texas Oil Dogs, I think 12-0. Then they played a bunch of kids who've been playing together regularly. Their body's going to. They played 4 games in 2 days, and I was a pinch runner in the first game, and I wiped out going home, and I got a nice swollen kneecap right now. My knee's all swelled up, but it was worth it. I got the picture I have up is of us with the Texas Oil Dogs. After the game, everybody takes a picture together. It was a lot of fun. And so the first game was at 10:30. I think we got there 9:30. Then in between games, we went to the catcher Kyle's house, who played college baseball. And he's actually, I think was a social media guy. I think he's going to help me out with my future podcast, which would be great. So I have to get in touch with him. And then we had a second game, got blown out. And then, I had CJ Stroud, who Michigan wasn't happy about because he's played for the dump, but 41.8 points yesterday in fantasy. And I won again. And I think I'm only a game behind. I could be wrong, but I'm a game behind Harris in fantasy right now. And I guess I'm 2 games behind the guy leading fantasy right now. I know I won. Yeah, I won yesterday. The guy did not beat me. Amon Rob's team did not beat me. So I won that game, the Trainers League. I'm trying to see league standings. Yeah, right now, I don't know if Pocket Hercules won his game. But that's what I was trying to figure out. No, I can't find. No, matchup. Oh, that's how I go. Matchup. Yeah, I don't know if Harris has anybody playing today. Oh, wait. Yeah, he is still, there's still players left to play. I guess he's like 7 points up. He has no players left. And the guy's Austin Eckler tonight against the Jets, which I was supposed to go with Jay, but Jay sold tickets. I was like, thank God, because I had to be picked up this morning at like 5 o'clock. I had a 7:10 flight. I mean, it was great. We got in quick, but waking up, I woke up 3:30 and then I was like, oh, the car and all that stuff. And then I get home to the Mets hiring, what is it, Carlos Mendoza? Is that who they hired? Yes, Carlos Mendoza, who was a bench coach the last 4 years for the he's got to help me out. Yeah, dude, you help me out because I was wiped. and my legs not feeling great. I was like, it's a lot for me moving around. Boo on that. What? Boo on what? Oh, yes. He said boo, yeah. Carlos Mendoza, bench coach for the last 4 years for the Yankees, Boone's guy, and they hire him over Buck Showalter, minor league baseball for 13 seasons, entered the Yankees minor league system in 2009. He's from Venezuela as a member of the Staten Island Yankees coaching staff before joining. So he's been coaching since 2009, so it's a long time. Then the Charleston River Dogs in 2010. 2011, he was manager of the Gulf Coast League Yankees. Then he was the River Dogs manager. He became the roving instructor after the 2012 season. After 2017, he became an infield coach. In 2019, he's been with the Yankees for the last 14 years. All right, they won a championship in 2009. I don't know. Bumble says to me that a manager is only worth 2 or 3 wins. Well, in a season, 2 or 3 wins could be the difference between going to the playoffs and staying home. So I don't know if I don't think I agree with that, but I do agree. I'm a little bit of consternation over this pick, and Jay agreed with me. Like, that's who they picked, but I mean, I guess he was looking for a puppet guy. Stearns and Stern. Bumbles thinks that Beltran had a say in this. I don't know, man. I'm a little bit. I don't know anything about the guy. I know he's a bench coach, never been a major league manager. Okay, coach in the minors, that's great. But you get rid of Buck, who has all that experience, for a guy who's never managed in the major leagues. I mean, Craig Counsell got 5 years, $40 million, and David Ross is under contract for the next 2 years for the Cubs. So I guess they're saying goodbye, Ross. Hello, Counsell, who is making 3.75. Boone is only making 1.15 million. I thought Boone was making $3 million a season. They said managers, $1 million for the Yankees managers sounds like garbage. And here we got a guy making $8 million. These guys aren't making NBA or NFL money. So do not become a major league manager, because the money is not that good. Not that good at all. I was like, holy crap, man, that is garbage money. That's terrible. That's just terrible. I was like, holy crap. I don't got a lot to say to this. They said Marcus Stroman opted out of his last year with the Cubs. They said they go after him. It didn't. He's still got some pitching in him. They're saying that they might go after Soto. They got to sign Alonso long term. I don't know any of this stuff. I mean, I feel like it's all just people saying shit. New York Mets news, which has some good stuff, but I feel like they're just throwing stuff against the wall to see what sticks sometimes. I'm like, you don't know. You don't know. The season just ended. What are they going to give? What are the Mets giving up to get Soto? That's another thing. Because Soto's still under contract. I mean, I know he has all the money to pay him, but I mean, you're giving up young guys, and that's the thing. These are guys you need to build with the future for one player. And again, pitching wins. I mean, you need hitting too, but you need pitching. And as we saw in this playoffs, the Rangers got a lot of good pitching this season. I mean, Will Smith just won his 3rd straight World Series ring. He won with the Braves, the Astros, now this year with the Rangers. First time ever guy won 3 rings in a row with 3 different teams. Let's take Ross. Well, you can't take Ross now. You can't take Ross right now because you just signed somebody, Jay. You just signed a manager. But yeah, I think that was the case. I think I would have rather had Ross come in, who's had some experience. But I see Voit, a 39-year-old journeyman catcher, is now the 45th manager of the Indians, and Francona was the highest paid manager in baseball at $4.5 million, which seems like not a lot of money for a manager. And on top of it, you had Daniel Jones, who missed 3 games with a neck injury, non-contact injury in the first quarter. Max Crosby's chasing him. His knee buckles. He comes back out for the second quarter, said he's all good. Knee buckles again. It is now the Tommy DeVito era with the Giants are 2-7. And what did I see? And Matt Barkley's in the Packers. Matt Barkley hasn't played football since 2020. Hey, don't worry about it. Batavius Bryant, who hasn't played in the NFL since 2018, played in the CFL, XFL, got a tryout with the Cowboys today. It really doesn't matter. I mean, if they think a guy, and Bryant's 31, and I mean, he was okay, but he wasn't all that. And you see all this stuff, you're like, I mean, everybody's needs players. You always need players. The Jets are going tonight. We'll see what happens to the line, but they should beat the Chargers tonight. I mean, we'll watch that. I think we're going to watch Manningcast. I think Manningcast is doing it tonight. We're going to see what happens. But the Giants lose 30-6. DeVito throws his first touchdown pass to the last year's rookie. I'm blanking on his name. Who's the yesterday's game caught a touchdown pass? Shit. I see his face. Oh, Robinson. Wasn't it Robinson who caught Wandale Robinson caught the touchdown pass? And we're already playing. UNC's playing Radford tonight, and they had a game in Paris today between South Carolina and Notre Dame. That was on, but I passed out. I really couldn't keep my eyes open today, so I passed out. I went to sleep. The Nets are playing the Bucks tonight. The Knicks welcome in James Harden, the Clippers tonight. Yeah, like he's going to be. But actually, Ben Simmons' defense against Giannis is really freaking good. So I guess we're going to see how that works out going forward today. So Nets are playing today. The Giants brought in a bunch of kickers, but they didn't kick anything. I think they went for a 2-point conversion. It was 36. And after the game, the Raiders were smoking victory cigars. Are you fucking kidding me? Victory cigars after a football game? A regular? I know it was Antonio Pierce's first game. But, and that's another thing. That's the thing I read about. What led to the end of Josh McDaniels? First of all, playing Brian Hoyer. All the veterans were like, what the fuck are you playing Brian Hoyer, who hasn't quarterbacked since forever, when you have Adrian O'Connell out there? So the vets weren't happy about that. And then Antonio Pierce told a story about the 2007 Giants that beat the undefeated Pats and thought they couldn't lose to anybody. And after got the team all riled up afterwards, McDaniel said, don't talk about the Pats that way. And everything got back to Mark Davis. And he said, I'd rather have a coach that thinks they can beat anybody than a coach that's concerned about don't, bash the Patriots. And that was the beginning. That was it. But the Brian Hoyer thing, consternation on my part. So Josh McDaniels, goodbye. Someone said to me, why? Oh, yeah, yesterday I was talking to Kyle, who played on Hal's baseball team. Was like, he's a big Pats fan. He goes, why didn't they clean house, finish the season with McDaniels, get rid of, all the guys? Well, maybe they thought they had a chance. If they change coaches, they could turn it around, get a winning streak going, and maybe things turn around. They go on a run, and they have enough talent around. They bench Jimmy G, which I think is hilarious. So his tenure on the Raiders is 6 games, and they're going to go with Adrian O'Connell going forward and see what happens. And Antonio Pierce. Yeah, hey, thanks, Josh. Yeah, I did. I hope I did have a good trip. Thank you so much for that. Yes. And the game in Frankfurt yesterday, they're up 21-0. They don't look great. I mean, I saw some of the game, then they held on to win 20-14 over the Dolphins, who can't beat a winning team this year. And actually, it's over 400 days since Tua beat a team with a winning record. But they're still, think about it, they're still the Chiefs are 7-2. How about Thursday Night Football? The Steelers have been outgained every game this season. They're 5-3. And Kenny Pickett, man, let me tell you, I had Pickens, who had 1.9 points. He did have a catch in the end zone, but Kenny Pickett, to me, is not a great quarterback. Not at all. But C.J. Stroud, thank you so much. 41.8 points. Come back and win in the last second. 5 touchdown passes. Sets a rookie passing record, 460, 470 yesterday? And thank you. Thank you, God, for that one. Yeah. And Texas game, which, was hilarious, the Texas game. Dom actually left. He couldn't watch the end. I said, dude, where said I go take a piss. I couldn't watch it. I have never been a fan, and I'm not judging him. I just thought it was hilarious. He couldn't watch it. He's like, I can't. I mean, they're huge fans, but I'm like, I always have to watch. I can't not look it away. I'm like, please, because we were going to have to ride back to Galveston, which is like over 200 miles. And this weekend in Galveston, they had a biker convention, and they said it was bigger than what they have. What's in South Dakota? Where's that place in South Dakota where they have the big? They said this one is even bigger. And I saw some bikers the first day, but we were gone all weekend. I was dying to see, but they had a shooting, of course, on Saturday. Some gang guy got into an argument and shot 7 people. No one got killed, thank God. But all that shit happens. Like, guys, come on, it's ridiculous. So I'm trying to find the score of the football, the basketball, but of course now we're working. Notre Dame lost by 29 to South Carolina. USC beat Ohio State, and I saw Vanderbilt beat some Kennesaw State. But South Carolina won 100-71, and even first game ever in Paris. And even Magic was excited about. I'm never going to get this one. Yeah, her name is. She came to the bench and scored 17. Her name is Malaysia Fawiley, freshman, 5'10" out of Columbia, 17 points, 6 assists, 1 rebound. She took the ball between her legs and went baseline to baseline, went full court, between her legs for a layup, and Magic was even impressed by that. So they won today, 171. South Carolina is number 6. Notre Dame is number 10. It's first game of the season. I mean, just start, right? But college basketball is back. Oregon is playing today, right now, against Georgia, which sounds like it should be a college football matchup. We had Georgia won. The Dump actually was behind the Rutgers, but ended up winning 35-16. Stallions got fired by Michigan. I mean, you knew that was going to happen. So now that investigation is going to go on. And everybody's like bashing, like, blah, 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 with Michigan. They beat Purdue. She was happy about that. Liberty's 9-0. Army beat previously undefeated Air Force 23-3. That ends their shot. I saw that Tulane held on for a 13-10 win over a very shitty team. And I was looking at the AP top 25 and I don't think the top. Now, this week is when they do the second week of the college football playoff where the Dump was number 1. Now, this weekend, Michigan goes to Penn State. So it's Georgia 1, Michigan 2, the Dump 3, Florida State 4, Washington 5, Oregon 6, Texas 7, Bama 8, Penn State 9, Ole Miss 10, Louisville 11, Oregon State 12, Utah 13, Tennessee, Oklahoma State, which last Bedlam game, they beat Oklahoma, which dropped from 7 to 17. Missouri 16 after they played Georgia tough. LSU lost by 2 touchdowns to Bama. Kansas 19. Tulane's 20. James Madison still undefeated at 21. Notre Dame lost in all whites that Treetop did not like at Clemson. Clemson's playing UNC this week. Who gives a shit? Arizona 20. Arizona, man. North Carolina 24. They're not. And Liberty's undefeated at 25. They beat Louisiana Tech. And I guess we'll see with the college football playoff. But now we'll get into it because there's going to be games that's going to knock everybody out, and we're going to see what happens. And Daniel Jones is guaranteed $35.4 million next season. Yes, I think that's what he is. Yeah. And if they cut him after next season, they could create $19.4 million in salary cap savings while eating $22.2 million in dead money if they cut him after the 2024 season, after next season. But no one's going to take him. Saquon is a friend of his. He said, it sucks because I know the type of player. Everybody loves him. They said he works so hard. The work he puts in, it's tough. He finishes with 2 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions, 6 games this season. 9-month recovery, the same, $35.5 million fully guaranteed for next season. First game after missing 3 games. Knee just buckled. Yeah, I say go with DeVito. Give up. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Matt Barkley at all. No, not even close. Not even no shot. Do not give him a shot. And KD had his 66 40-point game, tying for 12th all-time with Jerry West. That's exciting times. He's tied. He's 2 behind George Ice. We were talking about him, Hal and I. Yes, and Magic was very impressed by the coast-to-coast behind-the-back move by freshman guard Malaysia Fawiley from South Carolina, which he should have been because that was a hell of a play. Congrats to her. NWSL final. Gotham beat the defending champs and are in the NWSL final against OL Reign. How about that? So they won over Portland 1-0 on the road, and the Reign beat the Wave 1-0. So that is the final, Saturday, November 11th, 8 p.m. So congrats. Gotham gets their first win of the playoffs, and on top of it, they're going to the finals. And today we got, as I said, Bucks at Nets. We got the Knicks hosting the Clippers. We got the Jets hosting the Chargers. And Giannis in his career overall is 46%, 13 turnovers against Simmons across 42 minutes. Thank you, Billy Ronner. Will I keep going? I don't know, but he has played him pretty tough. I guess we'll see what happens. Yeah, the Bedlam thing. Oklahoma State AD, I agree with you, Chad Weiberg. It's disappointing for football fans in the state of Oklahoma. I hate to think about the young kids coming up not knowing what that's like. That's just where we are right now in college football. You got to – I don't give a shit if you're in the SEC. You got to play your biggest rival. You play every fucking year. You guys got to play each other. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. That is total bullshit. They should be playing every year. That should be happening every fucking year. Every year. And Craig Counsell made $20.9 million over a 16-year big league career, playing career, and he's going to double that as a manager in this next 5 years. William Davis said maybe he should have retired sooner. Well, Listen, it's not you know, you never know. You never know until you know. And he was only making $3.5 million from the Brewers. He wanted more money, so he got more money. Yeah, Jim Harbaugh said that they had a Nature Boy Ric Flair brought enthusiasm. These kids even know who Ric Flair even is. Yeah, come on, so stupid. I mean, who cares? I mean, you better be Penn State. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say on that front. Yeah, or else you know the shit. Oh, and number one seed in Aaron Watson's first season at UNC, and they're the number one seed in the NCAA Division I field hockey tournament. Congrats to them. Yeah, the Cigars were ridiculous in the locker room. Yeah, there's me in my Gulf Coast Sugar uniform. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And Connor Bedard became the youngest player in Blackhawks history to score goal in three straight games. They lost to the Devils last night. Yeah, CJ Stroud, jeez Louise. 470 passing yards, 20 plus air yards. He was 6 for 8 for $199, 3 touchdowns. It's pretty awesome, dude. I'm telling you, he's having a season. And Dobbs had set a record, first player to throw and run for a touchdown in his Vikings debut. This guy didn't even know the goddamn playbook and got it done. I mean, that's, yeah, me and Hal. Or he is known as Hal Tuve. My buddy Hal Tuve. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, baseball game was awesome. Football game was awesome. We got a basketball put up for Wilder. He was hitting some shots. That was fun. Yesterday and Saturday, Roman Wilson set a career high 9 catches, $143 in their win over Purdue. This is the car. So Tesla has a Cybertruck, which is bulletproof, electric. Ugliest fucking car I've ever seen. But we saw 2 in Austin. And the guys we're with were going crazy. They have a place called Buc-ee's that has everything. We had barbecue beef ribs. $100 for 2 beef ribs. Yeah, I mean, I guess I really wasn't in the mood. And SUNY Morrisville finally got a win. They beat St. John Fisher 30-15. So Stephen Ferrerix, they get the win there now. 1-3-6, 1-4 in the lead. It. John Fisher fell to 5-4, 2-3. So they got the win. Congrats to them. And and I took a video after the game with my thumb in the way. Yeah, there's Dom. There's us at the game. It was awesome. And what was I talking about? Oh, and Stockton lost in the semifinals on Wednesday, 2-1 to the number 1 seed in the conference, Montclair State. They lost on a last-second goal. And Bill was sick, so he's feeling better now, which is really good. I was like, okay, good. Whew, I was worried about him. Yeah, and all these guys get bonuses for making bowl games. And how about this? Through 6 games in a season since 1960, NBA worst field goal percentage, minimum 90 attempts. Julius Randle is averaging 27% from field goal from the field. That's not good. No, not at all. Oh, my God. And this was the best Halloween costume. This guy was Randy Johnson and the birdie hit with the baseball. How about this? I was going to use this, but it was a couple days ago. I thought that was hilarious. Oh, I thought that was the best costume. And Kraken trainer Justin Rogers comes out, believed to be the first openly gay member of an NHL bench. Good for him. Michigan sent me that one, too. I was like, you go. Yeah. Jay Norville having his quarterback find a route short of the sticks on 4th down. That's way worse than what he said about Deion sunglasses. Oh, yeah, I guess so. I guess he does. Oh, and BC beat Syracuse. Syracuse is not having a good season, dude. 4-5, season over, I would say on that front. Yeah. Yeah, not good at all. We played Wordle every day when I was in Texas, which was good. We got to keep winning. And the Nets lost the other night, and Brunson, 45 points. Lost to the Bucks by 5. Yeah, we had a good time, man. Texas was a lot of fun. Yeah, Connor Stallions is out. What a shock. Goodbye. Oh, my God. And his little kid, so freaking cute. Lottie Toddy, she is so goddamn cute. So it still was a 29th team in the Super Bowl era to be outgaining yardage in each of their first 8 games of the season. The first 28 had a combined 192 winning percentage. They're 5-3. Only 2 teams won more than two games. The 2010 Redskins 4-4 and 2015 Colts went 3-5. Can you imagine that? 5-3, and they've been outgained in yardage in each of the first 8 games. And they're still 5-3. Tomlin, you are amazing, just amazing. Yeah, crazy, right? Yeah, Craig Counsell. Yeah, it's crazy. So Craig Counsell's David Ross is still the manager. So they said he isn't staying with the Cubs in some alternative capacity. The Angels, Astros, Brewers, and Padres all need a manager. 3 of the teams recently needed one. The Mets, Guardians, and Giants don't. So there's still a chance for that. Top 25, I talked about. Top 5, same. So after 8 ranked teams lost in Week 10, including 4 or 5 teams ranked from 10 to 14, Louisville, Oregon State, Utah, and Tennessee moved into the first 4 spots. Oklahoma dropped from 7 to 17. After lost to Oklahoma State, which entered the poll at 15. Notre Dame plummeted 10 to 22. USC, UCLA, I love that USC, 52-42 to Washington. UCLA, Kansas State, and Air Force fell. I don't think Kansas State should have fell out. I think Kansas State played a hell of a game. Arizona, North Carolina should not be in. North Carolina beat freaking Campbell. 59-7? That's not a game. It's bullshit. Just horse shit. Buckeyes have good wins. Well, Notre Dame keeps losing, so I don't know if that's such a good win. But Georgia still has to play. They did beat Missouri. The dump was close with Rutgers going to the fourth quarter, and the loss to Clemson does hurt Ohio State. So they got 2 wins against ranked teams, but it's not a great win now against Notre Dame. Yeah, and Georgia still has to play Ole Miss and Tennessee. Both are ranked. You got big games this week. Yeah, Michigan visits number 9 Penn State at noon. 7 p.m. Number 10 Ole Miss visits number 1 Georgia. Number 5 Washington hosts Utah, but Utah is not playing good. Utah is not playing good football right now. They got blown out, but they got blown out by home by Oregon. Yeah, Oregon was up on Cal 14-13. I said, dude, I said to Hal, I said, they're going to go on a run in the second half. Yeah, 69-13. That's what the run went on. Florida State's home for Miami. Miami sucks. And Ohio State's playing against Michigan State. That's not a game. Come on, that's not a game. And there's a class action lawsuit filed against UFC by more than 1,200 MMA fighters. And you got the earnings of some top fighters from 2011 to 2016. McGregor earned nearly $20 million for 9 fights in those 5 years, while Rousey made $13 million for 7 fights. Wow, there were $1.6 million in damages. Yeah. McGregor has been fought through 2021. I don't think Rousey's coming back. I heard she wanted to fight again. But finally, we also revealed that former WW and AW star CM Punk was paid just over $1 million for his debut fight against Mickey Gall at UFC 203 in 2016. He fought one of the time losing to Mike Jackson in 2018. But Jackson tested positive for weed. Yeah, so I guess he's not doing that anymore. Oh, and Harder wasn't a fan of changing his style. It's not about me scoring the basketball, scoring 30 to 34 points a night. I've done that already. He said he was on a leash on Philly. He goes, I'm not a system player. I am a system. Okay, good for you. And I know, great. Active players, 3rd in points, 4th in assists, 2nd in threes, 4th in triple doubles, 1st in 40-point, 50-point, 40-point triple doubles. Yes, system. Great. Dude, when you talk like that, you just make it hard for people to like you. You come across as a douchebag. Yeah. Yeah, he was also out of shape on arrival, out of shape the next training camp. Yeah, but he bears. Yeah, I always feel like he did not come in great shape when he came into camp and stuff. I agree with that. In-season tournament, $500,000 for the winning team per player. Runner-ups $200,000. Semifinalists $100,000, and quarterfinalists is $50,000. I don't care. Yeah, it's just an in-season. So what? Who cares? It could be, they got to do something to spark up the system. I don't know. Do something. And Evan Fournier says now Draymond Green's the best trash talker. Well, he can hear that, I guess, now more that he sits on the bench than when he's played games. So I guess when that happens, you can see that. And Lakers finally broke an 11-game win streak by the Clippers on Wednesday night. Congratulations on that. Victor Wembanyama, they said he is just – viewership is up with him. He had 35 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks in a game. Only KD and LeBron had done this as teenagers. They said that he's only 5 games in, but he's making a major impact. Massive numbers to league. 377 million views on NBA Social and the NBA app since October 1st. So that is good. And Trae Young's getting Trae Young Drive in his hometown of Norman, Oklahoma. Okay, cool. He hasn't done anything yet, but cool. That's what we I mean, great. He got to the NBA. Let's see him do something. And Jace Howard, in this next 4 to 6 weeks, with a stress fracture, his dad had an aortic aneurysm resected and an aortic valve repaired. They don't know when he'll be back, but Phil Martelli is serving as acting coach. Tuesday night, they play against UNC Asheville. So Michael Irvin could have played basketball for Bobby Knight at Indiana. He was an all Broward County star at St. Thomas Aquinas High School in football and basketball. Indiana offered him to play both sports. He enjoyed the recruiting visit. During a pickup game, he supposedly dunked on UA Blob, their 7-foot-tall center, starting center. But then he went to a game at the Orange Bowl when they upset the Nebraska with the national title. He decided to play football, and the rest is history. I thought that was pretty cool. Walter Davis, former UNC legend, 1970 Rookie of the Year, 6-time All-Star, died Thursday of natural causes at 69. And then yesterday, Rakea Jackson, who got to play against Benijah Laney, her god sister. Their family's bond traces back to Cheney State run to the 1982 NCAA championship. These are days that you dream about as a parent, Karen Jackson said. How about that? Thank you, Cora Hall, for that one. I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Talked about the Giants. Yeah. They don't have a kicker now. I guess they brought in Cade York, but he didn't really kick. Graham Gano injured. Yeah. Darren Waller expected to miss with the hamstring he got injured against the Jets. May take a little bit of time. He's always hurt. He hasn't played a full season in 2020. Yeah, come on. He's always hurt. Uva? Oh, it's Uva Blob? Oh, yeah, you would know that. Uva Blob? It's not Yui. Uva. Thank you. Thank you, Jay, for that one. Oh, Jets have converted 23% of the third down this year, dead last in the NFL. Their offensive drives average just 215 in the field, which is great for your defense, Jay. Once again, dead last in the league is their 4.9 average plays per drive. We're going to try some new things this week, yeah. And Brant Boyer, the Jets special team coach, and the Giants saying Will McDonald made an illegal move on his play on the field goal that he blocked. And he said, I'm not trying to be a turd, but I don't want to go back there. He doesn't want to debate the Giants coaches. Dude, I don't know. I mean, listen, then why wasn't it called? Well, most calls should be called. They're not called. And, we have a very interesting stretch division race in the AFC East because the Bills lost last night to the Bengals. December 12th through December 17th through January 7th for the Dolphins. Think of the Jets, Cowboys, Ravens, Bills. And 11-19 through 12-17 for the Bills. Think of the Jets, Eagles, Chiefs, and Cowboys. That could do a lot of things. Dolphins, 9 games this season, 6-0 against teams with losing records, 0-3 against teams with winning records. Hurts is now 10-0 against teams with a winning record since 2022. Tua hasn't beaten a team with a winning record in 406 days, but he's beaten, and I love that. Washington beats the Pats 2017, 2-7. 2-7, the Pats. Love it. And it's okay. He still gets Bill Belichick twice a year. DeMar Hamlin did not play last night. He was, I don't know. And Hal had Gabe Davis, 0 receptions, 2 targets. How do you not get on the ball? Dalton Kincaid had a bad fumble in the red zone. Got the ball punched out. 23 receptions through the last 3 games. Tied for most of NFL history, a rookie tight end in a 3-game span, but had that bad fumble. They had no Chase, the Commanders, no Montez, only give up 17. They had a bad pick, a bad fumble, and the refs cheated. Well, I don't know about that, Eric Bickle, but good win, 2017. Taylor Heineke started, but they again lost. They did not play great yesterday. Drake London was out for the game, and they lost yesterday to the shit. Who did the Falcons play yesterday? I did not. We were not home, so I was just watching, hearing some scores. We were watching the Texans game, which they lost to the Vikings with Josh Dobbs, was crazy. And most scrimmage yards per game as a start of the season. Jamar Gibbs, 132 in 3 starts. Tyreek, 121. He had a bad fumble yesterday, too, that they returned for a touchdown. And Christian McCaffrey was 118. Sam Laporta is of the Lions' first tight end with 40-plus receptions, 400-plus receiving yards, and 4-plus receiving TDs in the first 8 games. And first drive as a head coach for Antonio Pierce went for a touchdown. Happy interim coach game day to all who celebrate. 30-6. They're 2-1 interim debuts in the last 10 years, which is a lot. That's 3 in the last. That's a lot. Aiden O'Connell played well. 8 sacks, 6 of Daniel Jones before he was injured. That was in the second quarter. And they were smoking cigars, which to me is, Anton Renfro says different energy. Yeah. He said, I think AP Antonio Pierce alluded to it. It's fun when you have nothing to lose. Let's go out there and have a great time and play hard and play fast. We're not walking eggshells everywhere again. He needed to go. Josh McDaniel sucks. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. And Sam Monson said people talk about fumbling over the goal line is the dumbest rule in football. The dumbest rule is lineman receiver eligibility is done by a guy having to go up to official, let him know in person like it's an 18th century word bond. I agree. And how about this? Josh Dobbs comes to the game, comes to the Vikings huddle on the sideline, and went through the team's 5 primary cadences, said right tackle Brian O'Neill. That was the first time he had gone through it with the rest of the offense. He didn't take a single rep at the offensive practice, no snaps from Garrett Bradbury, had never thrown passes to anyone, and didn't know most of their full names. That's for next week, he said. Yeah. And Ryan Clark said, dude has to learn 5 different playbooks in less than a year, straight into the game in a backup situation. How much tougher can it be? He was interviewed. Kimberly A. Martin said he was interviewed on the field after the game. He likened the situation to learning French plus suddenly taking a Spanish test. He said it's a completely different language. He said if this was a clear indication he deserves to be an NFL starter, he said 100%. 100% I deserve to be this. Yeah. And won the game. Falcons. Arthur Smith, not for long. Sean McDermott, not for long. I think a lot of coaches are going to be gone. I think the Bills are done with Sean McDermott. I think they need a change. I think Josh Allen needs a reset. I want to talk to Joshua because I want to see what he thought. I mean, they finally got Diggs in the game. You got to get Diggs going, man. Once Diggs get going, it's good. And they didn't really do anything in the second half. Bengals were up 21-7 at the half. They scored 3 points in the second half. It's not like they – and I'll tell you, Boyd caught a big catch at the end. I was getting nervous I was going to get caught, but I did not. But, yeah, crazy, right? Yeah, and Lamar Jackson tweaked his knee. He ran a quarterback power to get a first down in the third quarter. They went 37-3 over Seattle, tweaked the knee sprain. I guess they'll monitor to see what he does practice this week. They're the number 3 defense-adjusted value over average ever through 9 games. This is from Aaron Schatz. Yeah, okay. Yes, Jay, thanks for listening. Yeah, go Jets. And what he basically said is that they still have a lot of tough games left. They still meet the Bengals in 2 weeks with a healthy Burrow. We'll see what happens. And Gus Edwards tied a record with his 6th touchdown the past 3 games. And, Michael David Smith, I love when they always talk about running backs. So Keaton Mitchell, an undrafted rookie who had 0 career rushing attempts, 138 yards for the Ravens on Sunday, undrafted free agent out of East Carolina. And he says, do people still not understand why smart teams don't pay veteran running backs? I said, dude, it's 1 game. You don't pay, but can you do it for like a season? Can you do it for 5-6 games during the season? 1 game does not mean anything. Hey, Will Levis played, again, well for a second game. I thought he played well enough to win, but they lost the game to the Steelers. They should have beat the Steelers on Thursday night. And, I wish the best to Mr. Mitchell, but it's 1 goddamn game. I mean, he gained 108 rushing yards over expected on 9 carries. The most running back has gained in a single game since week 10, 2020. Ronald Jones, 110. He had played 2 snaps all season before playing 13 in week 9. He had a good game. I guess we'll see what happens going forward. And Kenny Moore II, he ran 2 touchdowns back, 2 pick sixes, which is crazy. And he had 3 of his 6 sisters at the game. 3 of his 6 sisters attended, traveling to Charlotte from their home in Savannah, Georgia, and Atlanta. Twin sister Kayla, Ebony, and Kiki Moore. They're joined by one of Moore's nieces and his best friend from high school. Franchise record, 2 pick sixes. That's crazy. And then they were talking about how Jim Irsay was in Tepper's building dancing after the game because he, fired Frank Reich, who was these guys don't care. They have no. I love Jim Irsay dancing. Everybody's going crazy, but he's an old fart. I saw that. I was like, yeah, do you think these guys are classy? No, they're a bunch of rich, and it's his dad. It was his dad's team. He inherited the team. That's the easiest way to get it. He inherited. How do you get rich? I inherited it. Eagles are 8-1 for the 7th time. Listen to this. This is from Jeff Kerr. 7th time they have made the NFL championship game or reached the Super Bowl. And every year they've started 8-1. And Goddard, who is my tight end, fractured his forearm, and he's going to miss some time. Not season ending, but he's going to miss some time. He's going to miss a lot of time. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb is going to make a lot of money. 11 for 191 yesterday. That is a lot of catches. Yeah, C.J. Stroud had a game. And Dare Ogunbowale, first non-kicker or punter with a made field 29 yards since Wes Welker did it in 2004 for Dolphins versus the Pats. Yeah, he had a hell of a day, man. Brett Ripien, started yesterday for the Rams. They're hoping that Sean McVay hopes he's back for week 11. What did the Rams do yesterday? Rams lost. Rams suck. Rams yesterday lost to the Packers 20-3. Ugly. Yeah. How about this? Browns. Clayton Tune started 7 sacks, 27-0. Yeah, Geno Smith started 6 for 14, 93 yards, an interception, lost fumble, finished 13 for 20 to $157, an interception. How about Duke beat Wake Forest 24-21, 6-3, 3 different starting quarterbacks with a win this season. They're 10-2 at home under coach Mike Elko since 2022. Tennessee is the only team in the nation with multiple runs of 80-plus yards this season, too. This comes a year after volunteer football tied for a nation lead in 80-plus yard runs in 2022. Crazy, right? Jalen Wright at an 82-yard and Joe Milton at an 81. Marvin Harrison Jr. has a brother, Jet Harrison, that's 14 years old. He's considered one of the top wide receiver prospects in the class of 2026. Can you imagine? They're saying he might even be better than his brother. He said he's even better than me, and he's 14. He's already had offers from Penn State, Michigan State, and Rutgers. Yeah. J.J. McCarthy passed Tom Brady in career passing yards, 9th all-time. Good for him, man. That's good. I think that's all right. 80s want Harbaugh disciplined. We'll see what happens there. Yeah, a lot of coaches are upset with Harbaugh stealing signs. I think they all do it. Boilermakers got blown out. Norville talks about Jordan Travis throwing for 360 yards without 2 elite receivers is pretty dang impressive. Alex Grinch is out as UFC's defensive coordinator. Lincoln Riley couldn't happen to a nicer asshole. And they returned some stolen items to the Rose Bowl last week. UCLA, Colorado. Colorado lost to. Who did Colorado lose to? Colorado lost to. They're playing Arizona next. They lost to Oregon State, and now they play Arizona. And Arizona is bowl eligible? Is Arizona bowl eligible now? Oh, they beat UCLA. Arizona is 6-3. That's bowl eligible, in my opinion. Let's go with Jed Finch. And TCU, Texas Tech beat them. They're 4-5. The last team to finish a losing record the year after winning and after reaching a national title game with Texas went 5-7 in 2010. Year before Colt McCoy got hurt, they lost 37-21 to Bama. And I think Hal was at that game. Yeah, he was at that game. Yeah, they're comparing Jaden Daniels to Lamar Jackson. Daniels is 6'4", 210. Jackson 6'2", 212. Took Liberty, beat Louisiana Tech 56-30. Caden Salter, 4 touchdown passes. 9-0 for the first time in program history. The over-under on Iowa to Northwestern was 29.5. Iowa kicked a 53-yard field goal. Drew Stevens to win it 10-7. They're 7-2. 10-7. 17 points total. Crazy, right? It broke the record also, 29.5 combined points, 30.5, which set for Minnesota which set October 21st for the game against Minnesota, which was 30.5, where the Gophers won 12-10. Crazy. Yeah, UNC is going to play. Yeah, Clemson will give a shit. Yeah, Quinn Ewers heading in the right direction. Who knows when he's going to actually play. Yeah, and there was a class action status in the damages portion of an antitrust lawsuit against the NCAA was granted by a federal judge, a decision that could put the association on the hook for a potential multi-billion-dollar payout to former and current college athletes. It was brought by Arizona State's former Grant House in 2020. It challenges the NCAA's remaining name, image, and likeness compensation rules. And Sedona Price from TCU, women's basketball player, and former Illinois football player Tamir Oliver are listed as plaintiffs. That could make more than 14,000 current and former college athletes eligible to claim damages if the NCAA loses the case. I would love that to happen. And Adam Fox is going to miss at least 10 games, and Philip Heidel is going to miss at least a week. So Fox has an upper body injury. Heidel has a lower body injury. That's not going to be good. And Shesterkin is banged up. They lost 5-4 to the Wild the other night. He had 10 games in 24 days for long-term IR for Fox and a week for Heidel. That's not good. And Ducks, another comeback. They matched the Golden Knights, Red Wings, and Hurricanes for the second most comeback wins this season, all with 5 behind Jersey, who has 6. Yeah. Earned its 5th third-period comeback win in just 11 contests. I looked up, Zegras only has a goal and assist this year. Yeah. It was okay. And Connor Bedard became youngest player in Blackfield history to score a goal in 3 straight games. Volpe got a Gold Glove, beat Corey Seager and Carlos Correa. He is joined his childhood idol Derek Jeter as the second Yankee shortstop to win a Gold Glove. He also became the youngest shortstop to win the honor, surpassing Alan Trammell in 1980 per MLB.com. He finished second among AL shortstops with 15 defensive runs saved per Fangraphs, and was tied for 6th with one out above average per Baseball Savant. 17 errors, but what he lacked in arm strength, he made up for with baseball instincts. Herman's time looks like it's done with the Yankees. Am I shocked about that? Yeah, I'm not shocked at all. And they are using Zealous Analytics now. That's the company they're using. And that's who they finally got revealed. I guess we'll see what happens on that front. Yeah, and Stroman. Yeah, Soto. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't Boris representing? Yeah. Alonso's now with Scott Boras. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. A lot of money. Could be a lot of shekels. Yeah, Craig Counsell, I saw that. Texas, listen to this. So the 1914 Miracle Braves and the 1969 Amazing Mets were the only 2 teams to win a World Series 2 years after losing 100 games until Texas. And Corey Seager of the Rangers is only the 4th player to be named World Series MVP twice. He joined Sandy Koufax, Bob Gibson, and Reggie Jackson. Seager was signed with the Dodgers by the late scout Lon Joyce, Hall of Famer and legendary coach at Spartanburg Methodist College. Yeah, Bochy should get his Hall of Fame, in my opinion. And Gabriel Moreno, 19 games prior at catcher, the 3rd non-rookie with Gold Glove at a position he played fewer than 20 games entering the season. Him and Pokey Reese and Ramon Urias. Pokey Reese at second base, 11 the prior games, and Ramon Urias at third base, 10 the previous time. And Brenton Doyle, 6th rookie outfielder with Gold Glove, joining. Last one was Stephen Kwan of the Indians. Congrats to him. And the former Durham Bills catcher, new Stephen Voigt, 39 years young, 45th manager of the Guardians. He journeyman backup catcher, Chris Farley impersonator, Disney song enthusiast who turned 39 last week. And I didn't know Dave Parker's suffering. I forgot he's suffering from Parkinson's. He had a street renamed in his honor. Pretty cool. And Max Muncy, who hit 212, 36 home runs, under 5 RBIs, and 102 hits, 34 this upcoming August, got a 2-year, $24 million extension with a $10 million club option in 2026. And Ohtani, supposedly, John Heyman says, preferred destination is Texas, followed by the Giants and the Dodgers. I mean, yeah, come on, everything he last 3 years, 2nd in home runs, 4th in on base, 2nd in slugging, 2nd in OPS, 2nd in total bases, 4th in runs, 8th in RBIs, 1st in triples, 2nd in walks, 1st in intentional walks, 74 games on the mound, strikes out 542 with a 2.84 ERA. Jessica Pagula is now 15-0 when winning the first set this year. And I love what Coco Gauff said. I only block people who are negative, not my fans. I don't search for these pages. It comes on my timeline. When you deal with the daily harassment I deal with every single day, death threats, racism, body shaming, etc., it is exhausting. So I try my best to spare myself. I agree. And Suge Knight recalled investing $500,000 into Deion Sanders' rap career when he was playing, when he signed death row. I didn't know that. Yeah, so Tar Heels will open Friday against the winner of Wednesday's game against William & Mary and Sacred Heart. Harvard and Rutgers will meet in the other first-round game. Congrats to them. Yeah, Karen Shelton built a dynasty from 81 to 2022, and Aaron Matson has the number 1 in the country, 23 years old. How many UNC field hockey national championships? UNC, I think I saw 5. Field hockey titles. titles. 4th championship in 5 years. 6 and 1 retroactive. No, that's not what I want. Field hockey. D1 field. Titles all time. That's what I want. All time. 8th, 9 years. No. It's not. Oh, won 10 of them. Jesus Christ. Whew. That's a lot. Okay, so I was way off. All right. Did I miss anything else today? Next star reliever will not return in 2024. Ottavino was the decline. His player option was for $6.7 million, with $4 million. The $4 million deferred. Hey, figures another market will get more money. Good for him. Yeah. Let's see. That's something. Someone text me today. Well, I guess someone did text me today. Well, dude, you said it. Yeah. Now Bumbles texted me and said, going outside the organization again for someone who hasn't been with an organization that has made it to the World Series. Dude, I totally agree with you on that front. Well, what am I going to tell you? You pick the guy, and that's you got to live with it. That's your man. All right. Michigan's going to be. So I love this Fox News. Oh, John Voight disappointed in anti-Israel social media post. Yeah, everybody's in. Yeah, that isn't that the great thing to do these days? Bash on Israel. Yeah, that's it. Oh my God. Okay. Did I miss anything else today? No. Okay. So let's get to some trivia questions. Last show's trivia question was, and I did not write that down today, but the last show's trivia question was 2023 Rangers won 10 straight road playoff games, which is an MLB postseason record. Today's trivia question is most home runs in World Series. Who had the most home runs in the World Series? I got this from Hal. So thank you, Hal, Jess, the kids. Great weekend. Dom, was great seeing you. Emerson, thanks a lot for letting us stay at your place while we were in Austin. We had a great time. Great time. I had a great weekend. And I'm glad I went. Thank you, Bumbles. Thank you, Jay. Go Jet fans. Sorry about Giant fans. Lon and Harris. Jones. Josh, thank you for being here as always. Thank you, Golf Coach Sugar, for making it an awesome time. I had a great time. I had a great weekend. That was actually better. That'll be a memory I'll have playing in that baseball. So some love to my mom, Michigan, Mrs. S, Carol and Carol. I'll see Dr. J tomorrow. Gumbo Chef, I'll see him. Oh, yeah, Gumbo Chef. Yeah, we had good seafood. We had red snapper, and we had some great shrimp, too. So great weekend, great time. I'll talk to you. Go Jets. Okay, Jets tonight. Josh, you have I guess Josh in there. I was going to give, or Bumbles. My prediction tonight, I'm taking the Jets 21-10. Jets 21-10 tonight. All right? Jets 21-10. Peace out, everybody. Talk to you soon. Adios.